And my friends from the senior center are here for this. Didn't you say you're from the senior center? Where are you from? Where are you from?
Sun City.
Sun City? Nice. I should go out there. I volunteer down at the Scottsdale Senior Center.
Oh, no, come to Sun City. A lot of pot smoking there.
Do you? Maybe? Oh, okay, pot smokers. Well, I'll tell you, they're fun down at the Scottsdale one. I teach a recreational spooning class down there. It's more graphic. Well, it's about as graphic as it sounds, really. I'm usually the big spoon. Sometimes I'm the little spoon when the ladies want to work out their arthritis. That's a thinker. Wow. I'm still hearkening back. I think that's the word I'm looking for, to that ass joke, exactly. I was confused at the beginning of his set, because I'm going, did he had sex with a billionaire dude, or what? I'm confused. Like, he had me confused. Because I've tried to be gay before, dude. It's way tougher than it looks. I completely understand where you're coming from. Anybody else ever try to be gay? Oh. So what are these swingers? You know what I mean? You probably have the swingers out there at the senior place. I know what goes on at those. It's like a damn Caligula out there. People retire, they cash in their 401k, they're ready to go. I've already got rid of my 401k. I realized nobody can run that far. At most, you can do 78k. You'll drop dead of a heart attack at 78k. Just no one's going to retire anymore. It's over. But these swingers, I've never been married. I don't understand when that point in your marriage comes where you say, hey, you know what? I want to watch you have sex with a stranger. When is that? And I understand if you live in a trailer, if you're kind of a trailer park mentality, that you're like going, hey, I don't, you know, if you have a bad car, you don't care who drives your car. Right? You're like, do whatever you want, just make sure you lift the handle when you close the door. That might have been an ass joke. I don't even know what that was. See, that's how you do an ass joke. You hide it in an Oldsmobile. I used to be a private investigator. Well, I still kind of am, but if you tell people you're a private investigator, they don't talk to you anymore. Because they think you're recording them, which I probably am. But I was in San Francisco, it was right after 9/11, and I was investigating a guy. And he went to a 3-story dungeon sex club called the Power Exchange. Anybody ever been there? You been there? No? Oh. It's 3 stories. It's amazing. Let me lay the picture, sir. You look a little concerned, but you lived through Plato's Retreat. You know what I'm talking about. I like that there's a lot of people do Plato's Retreat. That's not usually a reference. That was a good reference, huh? That was a pretty strong reference, wasn't it, for a kid my age? I'm a young kid. I'm old enough to be president, but I'm a young kid. I'm not going to be president yet. I'm going to wait a while. I don't think they're ready for a president that looks like this yet. A little more of a revolutionary, more of a cult leader at this point. But I'm in this 3-story dungeon sex club, and it's literally like there are little half walls, and it's like a maze, and at one point I see a guy in a stockade, like from the old Hester Prynne Scarlet Letter days. You know, he's butt naked in a stockade, a little chubbier fella. And a lady had a whip, like a riding whip, a crop in one hand, and then in her other hand she had like a, if you were washing her car, like a loofah mitt. And she would alternate, hit him, and then rub him down. She'd hit him, rub him down. It was mesmerizing. Because, you know, his fat would, you know, it was like a wave kind of. And I got so transfixed that I lost the person I was investigating in the maze. So I'm like, well, you know, company's paying for this. Might as well mingle while I'm here. And when's the next time I'm going to be in a 3-story dungeon sex club called the Power Exchange? I'm wandering around, all of a sudden this guy walks up to me. He says, hey, I like the way you look. I want to watch you have sex with my wife. Now, I never had that experience. I'm from the Midwest. It doesn't happen in the Midwest. I got nervous because I live in fear. You know what I mean? Again, it was right after 9/11. First thing I think, how do I know that that is a woman? How do I know? At the time I didn't think this, but now, how do I know, you know, for you kids, it could have been a young Bruce Jenner. You know? So I do what I always do. I looked at the hands, I looked at the Adam's apple, and I asked her, do you know who the center fielder for the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers was? I'll give you a tip, fellas. If a girl knows who Gorman Thomas is, you do not want to have sex with that woman. That is either a dude or a 50-year-old lady from Wisconsin. You do not want to have sex with a woman in her 50s from Wisconsin. 90%, well, I'll tell you why. 90% of the women in Wisconsin look like they were their high school softball catcher. They don't have cougars up there, they have Johnny Benches. She had no idea, so I was like, okay, let's have sex then. But this was my first time ever swinging. I didn't know what to, I didn't know that there's rules. You ask questions. I didn't know how to ask questions. I asked one question. All I said is, I said, yes. And I said, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm just going to sit in the chair. Guess what? Sometimes they don't stay in the chair. And I can't keep a good rhythm going if I'm checking my blind spot the whole time. It was tough, man. Like I said, I'm from Wisconsin. I have a hard time saying no to people. He gave me a look. You ever get this look, buddy? The, hey, you're in my wife look? You ever get that look? It's a hell of a guilty look right there. And then I thought to myself, I remember that movie, Saving Private Ryan. Did anyone ever see that movie? Saving Private Ryan? You're a young kid. You seen it even? Young kid? Do you remember that scene at the end? Tom Hanks is dying on the bridge because Upham was scared, didn't shoot that German on the stairwell. Then that German shot Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is dying on that bridge. Matt Damon walks up. He's Private Ryan if you haven't seen the movie. He's been saved. And he walks up with the whitest teeth you've ever seen in World War II. Because he had recently got Goodwill Hunting money. He's like, let me get rid of these Boston teeth and get some real Hollywood teeth. They're spectacular. Tom Hanks, remember what Tom Hanks said to him? He looked up at him. He said, earn this. Right? And then Matt Damon, in one of the most powerful scenes I've ever seen in a movie, reaches down off camera and gives Tom Hanks a gentle hand job. Right? When did you see it? Did you see it on Blu-ray? No, it's on Blu-ray. If you get it on Blu-ray. I don't know why Spielberg did it. Spielberg's a genius. He did Jaws. I don't question a guy like that. He obviously did his research. But I'm thinking to myself in that 3-story dungeon sex club called Power Exchange, I should do my part as a good American and help this man out who's clearly in pain. He's letting me have sex with his wife. He's obviously insane. And plus I was on a little bit of ecstasy. But that's another story. So I helped him out. And I gotta tell you, ladies, I don't know how you give those hand jobs. From that angle, this angle I've been doing for like 20 years. I've never had tennis elbow. It's very ergonomic. At best, I lasted 7 seconds. I mean, there's literally bull rides that lasted longer than my attempt at being gay. I think I did it wrong, buddy. You know what I mean? I take my work seriously. You know what I mean? I try hard. I'm a kid from the Midwest. You know, and I just went like that. I did it too fast, I think. It was like someone buttered a doorknob and I couldn't get out of that room fast enough. Are you Chris Christopherson by chance? I'm embarrassed now that I told that story in front of Chris Christopherson. Okay, thank you. All right. I was like, God damn it, I told a story about giving a hand job in front of one of the highwaymen. In front of one of the last remaining highwayman. Well, I guess Willie Nelson's still alive, but he's not like one. You look way better than Chris Christopherson. Got that beard going. You hunt or fish? What do you got going? Hunt? You hunt all that? Right? Well, I'm just, thank you, that's sweet of you. I'm just hiding a double chin. My beard's like Spanx for dudes. Thank you. I have a daughter. Right, it's not a good segue from that last story, but I'm comfortable with it. Let's move on. Hung out with my daughter today. She's 15 years old. I was going to take her on her first lesson learning how to drive a car today. But instead, she broke her iPhone cable, so we had to go get a new iPhone cable. Because that's what my job is. I'm a walking ATM. Any issue that comes up, Daddy, that's when the texting happens. Otherwise, I never get a return text. It's just text after text after text after text. No response. It's by far the most desperate relationship of my life. I'm a single dad, obviously. Did I have to say single dad? No. You figured no one stayed for this. No woman's allowing her husband to get to this point. My daughter's half Hispanic. Yes. I've had sex with minorities. Please, let's move on. I'm one of the good whites. When the shit goes down and I'm in that FEMA camp with my daughter, after, either the solar flare, whatever happens, dollar collapses, martial law gets in, we're in that FEMA camp, some guy walks up to me and I'm like, no, I'm with her. Yeah. No, the one that looks like Dora the Explorer. Yeah, I made that one. Yeah. Donde está la biblioteca? Yeah, I know what that means. It's 3 tenths down to the right. You guys sound scared. Do you not know about FEMA camps? Do you know? It's a Tuesday night crowd, I would think. Do you guys know about it? You guys have recreational time now. Do you know about what do you think is going on, sir? You look like a wise man. You've seen it a lot in your life. You think we're in trouble? What about this 4 blood red moons conspiracy? Do you know about that one? Oh, it's like supposedly the end of the world's coming the 23rd of September, which I'm cool with because my daughter will just turn 16. And I've seen enough at this point. You know what I mean? It's just downhill from here, I think. Oh, I'm so worried about everything now. It just sucks having. It's cool having a daughter. So I had a son. Oh, I see some of these teenage dudes and I'm like, you're a jackass. I would be so angry. Like, my daughter would get away with murder, but if I had a son, I'd be like, shut up, you idiot. Because I was an idiot. Oh, I humped a tree once. Anybody else ever do that? Anybody ever hump a tree? Okay, I can tell you the most embarrassing story of my life. When I was 13 years old, I humped a tree. I think I topped it just this past Friday. If that's even possible. If you can somehow hump a tree as a young man and your whole life go, I would never tell that story in public. But then 3 days ago, top it and go like, I'm comfortable finally telling that humping a tree story in public. Because what I did Friday night was a doozy. Best friend from high school. First buddy of mine who had a kid, right? His son is now 25 years old. That should tell you how old I am. His son's out here from Wisconsin. He goes, hey, why don't you call up Kennedy, go to one of his shows. He was out here all by himself. He's driving a nice older lady's car back to Wisconsin. The kid's a charming young boy. Why don't you call up Kennedy, why don't you go to his show? So he comes to my late show Friday night. I'm in Scottsdale. I go, hey, you want to go out for some beers? I'll show you around, show you some chicks. Wisconsin, Scottsdale, night and day, right? We start drinking. All of a sudden, I realize, too late, that I am drinking with a 25-year-old version of my best friend from high school who was also a raging partier. I'm trying to keep up with like version 2.0, and I'm struggling. And I'm like, I can't, because he's like, oh, dude, you were really funny. Like, kind of like, I hadn't seen him since he was 8. So he's like, oh yeah, I remember you as I was a kid and everything, and then you moved to all this stuff. My dad always talks about you, and I'm like, I gotta live up to the hype. So we're out till like 4 in the morning. We took him to all over the place. We're getting a burrito at the end of the night. He's waiting on an Uber. Anybody ever take an Uber? I'm anti-Uber. A couple weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of a blackout in an Uber. You ever do that one? Oh, I'm like just sitting there going, who the fuck are you? What the hell? I don't know anybody who has a Hyundai. What the hell is going on? I thought I was trying to be gay again. I didn't know what the hell was going on. This kid had a long trip, and I go, Ubers, you can drive to Vegas. You can get a ride to Vegas in an Uber for like $18. I don't know how they make money doing that, but whatever. God bless this country that we've gotten to the point in this country that I remember when you used to be able to just have a full-time job and be able to afford stuff? If you bought a new car, you didn't have to drive strangers around at night. Remember those days? Those good old days? What's going on in this country, really? I mean, is this just me? Okay. So we're waiting there for the Uber. It's like it's 8 minutes away. And all of a sudden it dawns on me. I was having such a good time hanging out with it's like when you're hanging out with a guy's kid, it just reminds you go like, look at this. This is a little version. My buddy made a carbon copy of himself. And you think, God, that's like, you're going to become a creator, I'm into that yoga crap. It's like, we're all gods, we're all creators, we're made in God's image, which means we can create our own, we can create whatever reality we want, all that BS. I get so enamored with the night, and I'm loving it, my positive energy going, standing there in the street, and I think to myself, I think I've forgotten to go to the bathroom all night. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I can't get arrested for peeing in public with my buddy's best, his son. That would be embarrassing. I can't do that. So I go, I'm not going to pee behind a bush. I'll hold it for 8 minutes until this Uber shows up. I made it 4. Because you know how once you start thinking you have to go to the bathroom, you cannot think about anything else but go to the bathroom? And I'm like, just sitting there, okay. And then finally I'm like, okay, here's the deal. Kid, I go, let me know when you get home, because I feel horrible leaving you here. And finally he goes like, dude, I'm 25. And I go, okay, yeah, what am I thinking? You're 25. I go, you okay? And he goes, yeah, I'm totally fine. Like, okay, I'm going to run around the corner and go to the bathroom. I take 3 steps. Release! Worse, simultaneously, the worst and most amazing feeling I've ever had in my entire life. Just total freedom. I was like, you know what, let's say 1,000 jellyfish have stung me today. That's a deep sea joke. I think one guy got it. I like that. You know how they say if a jellyfish stings you, you're supposed to pee on the other person? Well, I thought a bunch of jellyfish stung me because I just kept walking. And I was just walking down the street in Scottsdale, just peeing. Just giggling like I was 9 years old, just having the best time of my life going, I'm a lunatic. I cannot wait to tell this story to a bunch of strangers and have them look at me and go, that can't be true. It's true. And they were brand new jeans that I got the day before at JCPenney. Yes, JCPenney is still a store. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? I have a daughter. And the thing was, I wasn't hammered. I'm just old. I remembered everything. Just giggling. Which only made me pee harder. Did you hear about bacon? Bacon creates fear. Did you know that one? I was dating a weirdo last year, because that's what I attract. Crazy attracts crazy. A lot of talk about online dating. I do everything. I'm on Plenty of Fish, I'm on OkCupid, I'm on Tinder, killing it on Christian Mingle. I'm doing amazing on that website. But that's a lot of pressure, bless you. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of those gals on Christian Mingle have read the Bible. I know I've never read the Bible because I'm Catholic. Right? I know. Well, no, I didn't. I memorized those 2 poems. They're poems. And then I apologized a lot. And then I was a really good lookout for Father Schmelzer. It's good money in lookout work. I was an altar boy. Look, he had to do something. I was an altar boy for 4 years. He never gave me so much as a wink. Messes with your self-esteem. But I would just sit in the hallway outside of his office while my buddies were in there. Anytime someone would walk up, I'd be like, Father Schmelzer, pants on! Pants on! 7th grade, they thought I had Tourette's. He was sick. You ever see Casino? You're a young kid. You ever see Casino? Anybody see Casino? You know the scene where he gets up from behind the desk and he's not wearing any pants because his pants doesn't want to get a crease? That was Father Schmelzer. A weirdo. Wonderful fashion sense. So yeah, I'm dating this weirdo. First date, I knew it was trouble. We were at Red Robin. Please don't chuckle at that. Red Robin. It's a pretty strong first date location, Red Robin. Most guys just do a Starbucks. Something safe, a public location, like a ransom meeting. But this chick was good looking. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a flyer. I'll spring for bottomless fries. And a gourmet burger. So she shows up. She's like, I can't believe we're at Red Robin. I'm like, I know, it's exciting, right? She's like, this is unbelievable. I'm like, don't settle down. I'm gonna get a bacon cheeseburger. She looks at me and she says, oh, you eat bacon? Bacon creates fear. Now, if a friend of mine, a male friend of mine, had said that to me, I'd say, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a woman who's very attractive, and I have a penis. So I said, oh, why? What's that? Please tell me more. So she proceeds to tell me that pigs are geniuses. Like cows are dumb. You kill a cow, all the other cows, they don't know what's going on. They're like, hey, what happened to Bob? But pigs, they see other pigs getting killed, and they get scared. And then when it's time for them to get killed, and they cut them with that knife, all that fear and tension and nervousness is in the little pig's skin. And then you eat that bacon, and then you get scared. Right. Now I believed that for the 4.5 months that I was having sex with this woman. But when we stopped having sex, I was like, I miss bacon. But I kind of believe some of that, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird. They really push that bacon. Bacon's everywhere, you know what I mean? I think they want us to be a little bit scared. So I was like, why don't I just only eat bacon from elderly pigs that die of natural causes? Yes, that's what I did. So I've started a Fearless Bacon Ranch in my 2-bedroom condo. Herb died recently. Beautiful, lovely, courageous bacon that I've been eating for the last couple of weeks. I feel like I peed my pants in. Should pee my pants in. That'd have been a nice flourish. What's that? Is that the 15 or 20? Is that a 20? 20? All right. That's 25? Jiminy Christmas. Thank you. All right. Let me leave you on this note. Let's stop sending these penis photos. Can we, fellas? Can we stop that? Can we make this a thing? I got a daughter. Can we stop that? I mean, I get it that sometimes you send out a penis photo as a precautionary measure, because sushi's expensive. Right? You don't want to buy sushi for a lady a couple times, and then 4th date find out that you're not big enough. She's a fan of the Kingsley types. I'm Irish, you know what I mean? I mean, he's handsome, don't get me wrong, but he's not a movie star. I had a guy send me a picture of his penis recently. I was driving a taxi, serving America. Dropped him off. I picked him up at the gay gym in Phoenix. Not the LA Fitness by the Biltmore. There's a gay gym called The Shoot. And after I dropped him off, we had a nice conversation on the ride home. He sends me a text message and he says, "Hey, I hope this doesn't offend you, but you're one sexy DILF." Called me a DILF, right? Now, before 9/11, I'd have been offended. I'd have been nervous. I'd have been homophobic. But I knew after that hand job, I'm not gay. It's like, oh, I was horrible at it 14 years ago. And this was a 30-year-old black gay guy. He was black and gay. He was double cool. And he liked me. Right. So I wrote back, "Thanks, brother. That's sweet of you." Then a couple minutes after that, he sent me the picture of his penis. And it's one of these ones where he put it next to something, you know, for like perspective. I guess he didn't have a tape measure at the house. Even more frustrating is next to a can of beer. Like I say, I'm from Wisconsin, I love beer. I was frustrated because it was next to something I didn't like all that much. And I wasn't even, you know, like if you go golfing, you get that thin can of Michelob Ultra. It wasn't next to a can of Michelob Ultra. It was next to a can of Foster's. It was next to a big blue 10W40 oil can of beer. It was next to his penis. And his penis still looked pretty spectacular, I gotta say. I'm like, holy crap. So I wrote back. Yeah, I wrote back. I'm a private investigator. I asked questions. I was like, "Dude, how big is that?" He writes back, 9 inches. Right? 9 inches. So then I wrote back to him, I'm like, "Dude, come on. You think I want to start with 9 inches? Right? I don't want to, right? Wouldn't I work my way up into that? Like, don't you start out less hip hop and like more ping pong?" I don't even know what that one meant. I think there was something. It was very dirty. It was racial, wasn't it? But it's subtle. It's like an ass joke. It's as subtle as an ass joke. That's what I always say. That's what my mom taught me. All right, thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you guys had a great time. My name is Mike Moses Kennedy. Have a good night, guys.